All right, Steve, I am super excited to ask you some questions about your progress. I know that you've been in the program now for a few months, and I've witnessed you make really great progress that I know that you are super grateful for. So I appreciate your time in answering these questions, just so other people out there can know what is possible for them. That they might not get the same results since you're a different person, but hearing from someone who is doing the work and continues to do the work and what you can gain from working with me as well as through the Freeman Academy, and what they can gain. So just a couple questions for you.
Okay.
It's been about 3 months. What do you feel has been the biggest win so far from working together?
The biggest win to date would be overcoming my conflict, I guess is a good term, but overcoming the episodes with dad and with being able to let go of a 6 decades of punishing myself, making myself feel guilty because of the way he treated me. When I got free of that, my life has totally changed. That to me, just overcoming the deepest, darkest part of my life. I mean, that was probably never thought I'd hear myself say these words. It is done. It is finished. It is gone. And I'm like, when I actually looked at myself in the mirror and said that, you don't know what freeing it is to be able to let go of something you've held on for 60 years. That to me is the biggest win.
Amazing, amazing, man. And I'm super proud of you. And it took hard work to get there. And I know when you were going to jump into this program and work together, that it was scary, that you weren't sure. To anyone
Oh,
out there who might be scared of taking that leap and doing this work, what helped push you to take that step and to, in the face of fear, ask for help?
my biggest struggle was always being authentically and asking for what I wanted. If you ask for what you want, 99% of the time you will receive. If you're scared to ask for what you want, you're not going to make any changes. It's not going to happen. You got to be able to stand up, make decisions, accept the consequences, whether good or bad, and learn from it and move on. And that to me, it took a lot of courage on my part. One, I am considered a senior citizen. Well, I am considered a senior citizen, but in all essence, that's just a number. You know, my
Mhm.
age says I'm that point now. And for me to be able to let go of the past, for me to be able to get rid of the episode with dad, for me to be able to feel a little more confident, it's not totally there yet, but it's getting there. And the self-esteem's getting there. And I looked in the mirror this morning after bathing and I'm just like, okay, I'm better. I can move on. I can do this. I will do this. You got to get those positive affirmations in there because if you don't get those in there at all, nothing's going to change. If nothing changes, nothing's going to change.
Beautiful, man. And what specifically about working with me and in the Freeman Academy helped you to make this progress so quickly in just a couple months?
The support, um, the accountability, just knowing that someone's there if I have a question. if I have any concerns, if I the just anything within, but doing the work that you have set forth in this academy,
Mhm.
when you start interconnecting like breath work at every session, when you start interconnecting your head to your body, saying, okay, the head, and the body being separate, if you don't bring them in unison, you're not going to get nothing accomplished. And I really feel like working with you, the exercises, the steps are in the order they're in for a reason. The exercises are in that order for a reason. And I'm just going to say this, there's an exercise in there called the head and the horse. And until you can get into this academy and learn this stuff within the academy, when you do learn it, you're going to always use it. And normally on Saturday afternoons or just before I have supper, I'm just going to give a quick example. Before I have supper, I usually do a head and a horse. I just went through aspecting today, the aspecting one. Oh my gosh. That is that even possible? I mean, I'm just watching you demonstrate it. I'm like, that's not even possible. I'm talking inner child. When you say that, I'm talking 5, 6 decades. I'm like, can I reconnect? But I've made it this far for a reason, Kyle. I've made it this far because you know what you're doing. You know your stuff. You've lived most of it yourself. You put this together to help people realize that there are people that want to help them.
Thanks, Steve. And it's a sign of what happens when you do put the effort in and do the activities and push yourself to do the uncomfortable things that you actually gain progress, right? And
Right.
there's different types of wins that you can gain from a program like this. Everyone comes in for different reasons.
Right.
And sometimes we gain a win that we didn't even expect because we don't know what we don't know. Um, Physically, emotionally, just in your body, how do you feel now versus how you felt a couple months ago when you began this program? What is different for you?
I have inner peace. I'm able, if I start getting frustrated over something, I step out of it, step back from it, do some, even if I'm standing up against the wall, I still do the deep breathing. I do the mindful breathing. And that has helped relax me more. Like, just an example, today I was cleaning in my on my desk, getting rid of old papers and stuff like this. I was getting frustrated. I had to shut the door, walk away, shut the door, sit down where I am right now, and just bring my head and my body back into unison with each other. And then when I was coming out of it, I felt better. I felt lightheaded. I felt more peace. I have more inner peace and more control today than I did the day I entered. If you remember when I entered it, the very first call or the very first group call or the very first activity, I was a nervous wreck. I'm like, I've got to do this a certain way. Otherwise, people's going to hate me in here. Or if I don't do it this way, Kyle's going to get mad at me. Or if I do it this way, the accountability part is a definite. But along with that, you've got to be able to just focus on yourself. This is not about focusing on you or the rest of the group. This is about focusing on yourself. And with that, that's helped me more than anything because I never used to take time for myself. There's a part in here about self care. If you don't take care of self, and I'm saying this to everybody, if you do not take care of self, how can you be more, how can you be productive? How can you be instrumental, say, in your job or in your business or in your daily activities or anything? With me, I know I see the progress. I'm like you, I see the actual progress,
Mhm.
which is something I never saw from anybody else before, whether it was a fitness coach or like this or, anybody I've ever worked with. I've never had a major breakthrough like I've had with you. And I owe that to this academy. I owe that to the way that you've got it laid out. And people, if you are seriously considering it, take a leap of faith and do it. I did it, and I sure feel 100% better. I can at least smile today and actually mean it. Where when I first came in, as you know, it was kind of a fake smile or put on smile. Does that make sense? I mean, and if you can't honestly look in the mirror, smile, and say, you're going to have the best day of your life you're going to ever have. Let's just push through it. And you were right about something I posted, but you were right about what you said. I got to face it head on.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I'm not going to win through it.
Yeah. Beautiful, Steve. Beautiful. And I'm super proud of you and super happy for you that we could make these incredible changes in just a couple months. It's incredible what happens when you have the right solution and support in your life to the problem that you have. You know, you had issues with relationships with yourself and with other people in your life and feeling like a victim to your life. Do you feel that with what you've gained from this program, education wise and support wise, you feel you're living a more empowered life, like you have power over your day to day?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a no brainer there. I mean, that's not even a question I ask anymore. I feel more, I'm not going to, well, yeah, I feel more energized. I feel more um, capable of solving my own problems instead of throwing it back at somebody or playing, like you said, playing the victim. I played the victim for too long. That's the part of the problem. And that's part of the reason I'm telling everybody this. And I'm just saying that you want to save your life. You want to save if anything's going wrong, whether you're having a bad marriage or whether you're having a bad day or something else is happening in your life. Look at yourself, smile, and instead of saying I can't do it, come back with it saying I can do it. I will do it. I get to do it.
Yeah.
Take those negative thoughts and flip them.
Mhm. Beautiful, Steve. And hearing you say these things today, I know those were things that you probably wouldn't have imagined yourself saying just a couple months ago. Um, today it's middle of March, and you began with me in the beginning of January. And so the progress you've made has been incredible, and it's a result of not only us being a team, but of you doing the work. And so I applaud you uh, for the progress that you made. You deserve it. And you're a role model for other men out there who are struggling and who do need to take that leap of faith in asking for help. And that asking for help isn't weakness. It's not a bad thing. If anything, it's getting you the support you need, creating a formation of brotherhood so that you can hear from others and know that you're not alone and get the help you need to make the progress out of the current hole that you feel you might be in. And so just the last question for you.
Okay.
Um, what's one word that you could describe feeling where you're at now after being in this program for just 2.5 months?
Oh, wow. One word. Hmm. Relieved. I I guess relieved is the best one because I got finally got relief from all that garbage. And might as well throw this in there. I was going to wait until Wednesday, but I'll go ahead and give you a preview. Um, I finally got a win against my ex wife leaving me. I was playing the victim with that. And my son, my oldest one, came by today and he says, Dad, he says, me and my brother don't blame you. We don't blame you at all. We, I just wished he would talk to you. But what made me feel better was he actually gave me a hug before he left. And that's something that has I have not had from him in over 12 years. And I'm just telling you that this group, guys, whoever is hearing this or whoever listens to this, guys, if you're on the fence, save your marriage, save your life, save your self esteem, get rid of the fear, get rid of negativity. Easier said than done, but get your butt in this program, do the work, and you will come out the other end a winner, guaranteed.
Beautiful.
Oh, I
I
am
love
so
that.
sorry. Oh,
No,
gosh.
do not apologize. I'm super proud of you, and I'm super happy to hear that you got some healing and found some resolution with your family and your sons. That's amazing to hear. And, I believe that that is a result of you doing this work and changing your actions, and that improving the frequency that you live your life at from this lower frequency, poor victim mindset to a more empowered, taking responsibility and managing your emotions. These are the things that can result. And
Right.
it's a change in your energy that other people feel. And as a result, it can open doors that you were previously keeping closed because of your mindset and your way of being. So
Well,
super happy to hear that. I'm super
one,
proud of
one final thought. The mind is the most powerful tool that you've got. And if you do not keep your mind in check, instead of letting it wander every which way, if you do not keep it in check, I find myself now taking 10, 15 minutes a day, especially when I'm not on the road, especially when I'm at home. I shut everything down.
you.
All media, all electronics shut down. I turn airplane mode on everything I can. And I sit there and I breathe and I meditate on the day. It's like, okay, is this a decision that needs to be made now? Or is this a decision I can meditate on? Maybe a day or two later, I need to make that decision. Being able to structure my thinking like that has been more of a blessing to me. Dude, I'm going to say this, and I'm just going to say it this way. You are the best thing that's happened to me well over 50 years. And I thank you for this academy. Lord, do I thank you every day for it.
You're welcome, brother. And I appreciate those uh, immense words. I don't take that lightly. But hey, again, this was teamwork and you also did the work. And that's what happens is you get the results, right?
Right.
So thank you so much, Steve. I appreciate you sharing to hopefully inspire others out there, other men who are struggling in their life and do need support and do need to feel a sense of certainty that they can get the results to feel better and live a better life. So thank
Well,
you so much.
you're very, very welcome. Anytime you need anything, you know exactly where to come to. I
You're
have the
welcome.
time. When I'm at home, I have all the time in the world. I'm more than happy to sit down. If you got a question about something or you think you need to throw it out there for, opinions, throw it out
Yeah.
there. I'll give you one. May not be what you
Yeah.
want to hear, but I'll give you one.
Hey, as we've talked about in this group, it's not always about hearing what you want to hear, it's hearing what you need to hear, right? And so if you're someone out there, if you're listening or watching this video, take it from Steve that, it's a matter of doing the work and taking the leap, even if you're scared, just like he was. It takes some commitment, time, energy, financials, all the things. But just 2.5 months later, although Steve is still progressing, that this is a life journey and we continue to do the work, he's made immense progress in just a short amount of time that most people struggle to do in months or years with therapy and other forms of support. So if you want that support, if you want that help, you could just go to the link below this video and click on it to schedule a free consult call with me where we can discuss your individual situation and see what solutions we could come up with for you. You can also reach out to me on Instagram at Dr. Kyle Dean and just send me a message there if that's more comfortable and we can get the conversation going. Otherwise, thank you so much, Steve, and I'll see you in the group, brother.